Hey guys, Pat here. Today we are reviewing the latest and greatest keyboard from Logitech. Their mechanical Logitech Pro G keyboard. Really, that's what it's called. It's just called the Pro. So I guess it is aimed at professional gamers. Obviously, Logitech sponsors a lot of gamers, a lot of teams out there. So obviously they'll have products specified to their needs, or rather what they want and they want to see in a product. So it's really good to see this coming to basically the general public. And this is one of those products, and it is absolutely fantastic. So let's get into it. This, my friends, is the latest edition in their Logitech G product universe for, well, esports. They obviously sponsor a lot of esports teams, so they've got products to cover those bases, and they've got obviously mouses, headphones, and keyboards. And this is one of the better products they have brought out in a while because it caters to a very specific minority of gamers, but it is something that's sleek and wonderful. And this is it, the Logitech Pro 10 keyless mechanical keyboard. It is absolutely beautiful. It is sleek, and as you can see, there's no cable. Yes, you can plug it in and out. It is not wireless, unfortunately, which I wish it would be, because this would be on everybody's Christmas wish list if it was wireless. And at the end of the day, I know wireless is coming soon. Logitech has already got a keyboard that is wireless that I reviewed before, which you can check out in the description below. So have a look at that if you're interested in a wireless mechanical keyboard. But this one here is the wired one, and the cable does come out. And I have to say the cable is a little bit short. I would prefer a much longer cable, but since it's a micro USB, you can use any cable. Obviously though, I'd prefer that they'd start going to USB-C. Micro USB is on its way out, so I'd preferably want to see products coming out of Logitech, especially because they make them so often with the new iteration of the USB. So apart from the missing keypad on the side, what makes this different from, let's say, the other Logitech keyboards that also come mechanical and look exactly the same? Well, it's their first 10 keyless one that's got this sleek design, because they do have another 10 keyless one, which is that spaceship looking one, which not everybody likes that particular design. It's very gamery, but I think this is much sleeker and much more professional. In fact, you can probably use it at work. But if you're at work, you probably might want to have the keypad on the side. So in fact, this is the sleek, small version. It is a little bit heavier, but the buttons, the Romaji key switches are really, really good. I've been gaming with this for about a week now, and I found it to be super responsive and very, very nice to use. My hand doesn't get tired, I don't get any aches in my hand, and after, very long gaming sessions. So I do appreciate the design of it, even though it doesn't have wrist rest. And to be honest, I've gotten used to not having keyboards with wrist rests, to the point where I don't really need it. And it's not essential in a keyboard. So I can understand why they've gone with this design. It's just not become as essential. But in saying that, they do have nice kickstands on the back, and they are very solid, and there's 3 heights you can have. Flat with very nice large rubber pads. You can have a midway point and a very high point, and obviously that's user's choice or dealer's choice, and you can do whatever you want with it. The other side of it is, and this is more of a negative, but it's also my personal opinion, is it's missing that little scrolly wheel for audio. I do really miss that from the other keyboards, and I really wish they would add that in. I mean, it's not that hard to actually add it in, and it's really nice and just makes the whole process of controlling your sound much quicker and better, especially on gaming sessions when you don't want to take your hand away from the keyboard too far to try and maybe change it here or in Windows, or whatever you have on the keyboard is where it should be. But I would also like to see some media play buttons, because sometimes it's nice to just press play and stop on here. Like these buttons here on the sides, ones like that would be really good. They don't have to be mechanical buttons, but they would be those little clicky ones, and these ones are great. Like, they look really sleek. So putting 3 or 4 more on here, I don't think would be much of a pain. The other thing that I found, and this is probably my personal situation, is that the cable didn't draw enough power from my front I/O to power this keyboard to be fully lit up. In fact, I had to bring that over to the other side of the computer, which is a little bit further away, which is why I said I would like the cable to be a lot longer, because sometimes you might have a computer that's a little bit further away, and this one is particularly short. But all in all, this keyboard is or could be your next potential gaming choice, especially if you're just upgrading to a mechanical keyboard or you're thinking about moving away from your current mechanical keyboard. This one is going to take up less space on your desk. It's going to play really well with games, obviously, and it's got nice Roma G switches, which have proven themselves over the past couple of years to be on par with MX Cherry switches, with a little bit less choice, but it is something standardized that I feel that has come a long way and just feels really, really, really good. And in fact, the actual RGBs that I used in here, and obviously this is an RGB keyboard, light up really, really nicely because the keys and the light bulb are all within the same unit, and the light that comes from it is a lot nicer. Obviously, if you're buying this just for the RGB part of it, well, that's your choice. Look at it as a much smaller, sleeker mechanical keyboard that's coming from a reputable company with Roma G switches you're not gonna go wrong. And in fact, don't see how you would. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a keyboard. If you break a button, that's probably your fault, but maybe if it was weak plastic, you would potentially get Logitech to sort you out, so it sends you a new button. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new about Logitech. Again, keyboards are a hard thing to talk about, but I think Logitech has really nailed that formula of gaming keyboards. So I'm looking forward to their next iteration, which I'm hoping has that audio scroll wheel right in the right-hand side corner. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, and I'll catch you in another video.